All right, well, welcome back to the iWealth podcast, and today we're talking a little bit about some of the stats with the owner of iWealth, Mr. Brad Connors, and share with us these stats because they are wild to me.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and I would say, I would say 99% of financial advisors don't have these stats.
Okay.
We've been very fortunate. We've created our own financial planning tool, we'll call it, called FDC Plan on Purpose, where we just kind of inventory, kind of a checklist of all things financial, like wills and long-term care and social security planning and college planning and all those things.
It's like the adult chores list.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's the accountability partner list kind of thing. But what's really interesting is this. So 88% of our clients, we've did beneficiary reviews. That's a great stat. So a lot of times, people take out a life insurance policy or they got their 401k and they just, they get divorced or remarried or get married and they just don't update their beneficiaries. So, by 88% of our clients having that done, that makes me feel good. I wish it was 100, but it's 88%. What doesn't make me feel good is only 36% of our clients that we meet with twice a year, Matt, have dealt with long-term care.
Wow.
So, you take a look at one thing that can wreck your financial picture down the road.
Yep.
When you start to pay out, $100,000 a year for care, it can eat up that $1 million bucket pretty quick, right? And so, just that number kind of floored me. Another one was wills. Yeah. Having their wills done, 27% of our clients have their wills done and completed.
So even working with a financial advisor who's consistently checking in, only a quarter of the people have done the step of getting their will done.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And we see it all the time. And people have great intentions.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll sit down with them and they'll be like, yeah, we got to get that done this year. We'll put it on our list. And we'll add it to our short term, get the will updated and done. Or, especially if they have minor kids or whatever. But it just year after year kind of comes in. And we've got some, we don't do wills. We try to encourage them to get to an attorney and get that stuff done or taken care of. But yeah, so 27%. Another one is family plan. So think of grandpa and grandma that have built a nice net worth. They're working with us. One of the things that we ask them is it time to have a family meeting? Meaning, do your children know where everything is? Do they know who to contact? Have you communicated to them that the son is going to get the farm and you're just going to get the life insurance proceeds? Yep. Because what I've seen, if clients' children are going to get together for Thanksgiving dinner, it's got to come from mom and dad. Yep. So mom and dad have to communicate before they're dead what the plan is.
Yeah.
And only 21% of our clients have addressed it.
Yeah.
And so we continue to ask that too. And then so we went through beneficiaries, we went through long-term care, we talked about wills and family plan. From a risk standpoint on investment, almost 60% of our clients have taken a risk quiz and we match it up.
Yep.
I would love that to be 80 to 90%. So we've got some work to do, which is great. We know that we add value to our clients, but when I take a look at these stats, we know that we got some work to do. But if you're out there, not even our client, that's fine. But what are you doing? What are your percentages on these things? Do you have your will taken care of?
So talk us through the process, right? So somebody comes in and sits down with you, right? What does that process look like to get it to the point that it's actually on a checklist? Or is the checklist already there and can be shared with them on that first meeting? Like, where are we going in the end when they first sit down with you? Is that shared with early on, or you kind of talk more about what's happening with them?
I would say some of both. Okay. So the potential client will come in, we'll have a conversation. A lot of times it's focused on investments. That's why they get to us. Yep. Shouldn't always be that way, but it is. And so we'll work through that and we might do a risk assessment and things. But the things that I'm talking about take years, Matt.
Yeah.
So we'll start to inventory it. So they become a client, they'll come in and we'll have everything in front, all the things I listed plus about 10 more.
Yep.
And we'll start the conversation around social security planning and what's the plan there, pension review, those type of things. But it's maybe knocking 2 or 3 of those out at a time.
Yep.
Are they completed? Needs attention? What are some follow-up items? And then as we continue to meet with them.
Even with the will thing, by the time you get done with your meeting, let's say that you meet once every 6 months or whatever, then all of a sudden a month goes by, then now you're calling your lawyer. Well, they put you a month out for dealing with your will. you know, a couple of things come off the list each time. And that's for a client that's a superstar, right? If I'm understanding this correctly.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's us giving them the polite nudge of, okay, guys, we said we were going to do this. Can we get this done now? So
you're playing parent. You're parenting on some level.
But it's a relationship. It's not a one and done. It's not a checklist. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
There's a story behind it, and we need to document that story and then continue to work with our clients to get this stuff taken care of and knocked out.
So let's talk about the high end part of that, right? For a client that is truly like a high net worth client, right? What gets implemented at that next step up?
Yeah, it depends on what's most important to them, but I would say what always comes up is the estate plan.
Okay.
A lot of times their will hasn't been reviewed. They might have grandkids that they want to include now. There's just a lot of different things that flow. And entitling of assets, they might have a trust established, but did they really take their checking account and put it in the trust? Is that what the lawyer really wanted to do?
Yeah.
So it's really just, dotting I's, crossing T's. But I would say on the affluent side, it's either that or succession planning for a business owner that hasn't thought about what's next when they're dead.
Yeah.
So those would be the top two from the affluent
side. And even
side.
the succession planning is something that you're helping clients with?
Yeah. Helping them think through that process. We still need to bring in the CPA. We got to bring in the attorney.
Yep.
But being at the center of that conversation to be able to help them get their head around, like, what's next?
Yeah.
And what's neat about it is I did it for myself. We have that succession plan in place. And so I enjoy doing that because I'm one of them,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Hopefully that was helpful to you guys that are out there. And if you'd like some help with that, crossing your I's or dotting your T's, give Brad a quick call. He'll hook you up and help you out.
All right. Thanks, Matt.